How do you build your week and program, schedule things in whenever you feel like you have so much to do and not enough time to recover, and you don't want to be too sore for your actual rides or your runs, and you're just concerned about how things stack up? Let me help you. So when it comes to a lot of these, it kind of depends on what's your focus when. If you are more off-season time zone, then your focus is going to be more strength. And your actual rides or your run, I'm going to name cardio, are going to be still important, but they're not the biggest play here. You're not going as hard, as strong. It's not in season for you. If you are in season, then your cardio is going to be more important. Your strength is still important in this time period, but it's backed off a little bit. It's not as hard, it's not as heavy loads, and you're balancing things a little bit differently. And so, as we're thinking about off season, because that's what it is right now, we are thinking about strength being our main priority. So, say you have 3 strength training sessions a week, and you have 2 cardio sessions a week that's programmed and planned. You would probably schedule a strength, then a cardio, maybe a rest day, so like on a Wednesday, and then a strength, a cardio, and then a strength following up the end of the week, and then another rest day on Sunday, being to start your next kind of round, your next week. This is a way that you get 2 rest days in, 2 times of recovery. If you find that you are getting too sore on your strength days because you're bumping up your strength for that month, then you may put the rest day after one of the strength zones. So you may do strength, cardio, strength, rest day, and then cardio strength as the last bit of the end of the week. This is a way that you can kind of play around with things that help you with having your rest days, getting the recovery that you need, and also the ability to push on the other times that you want to. Because sprint interval training is important, and also base miles, or getting your base aerobic zone increase there during the winter months off season, is super important for you as well. Now, if you are doing 3 and 3, so 3 strength sessions, 3 cardio sessions, this is when it gets a little bit more complicated, because you now are limited in what rest day you have. You have 1 rest day that's built in if you do 1 per day, and that may be a little bit much for you. That may be too much, doing every single day, having something to do. I know it's hard to schedule in when you have a life. I have a 2-year-old. It's hard to schedule a lot of those things. And so you may actually make one day a 2 a day. You have a strength and cardio to start the week off. Then you have a rest day after that 2 a day. And then you have a strength and cardio. And then you either do another strength on the end of that. So strength, cardio, strength. And then you have a rest day before you go into another 2 a day. This can pair into wherever you see that it fits in your life. Sometimes it's more schedule demand or life demand versus what's exactly best for your body. And this was where you can kind of pair in where your next rest day needs to be. Because if you have 2 rest days to work with, then you can kind of ebb and flow with it, and it allows you a little bit of leeway when it comes to your actual life. If you need to be home to do something, if you need to have plans with friends to do something, because social life is important. All of these things come into play when it comes to scheduling out your week. When it comes to being too sore to ride, this is when it comes down to what are you pairing before you're going for the ride, either the next day or later in the day if you're doing your strength session first, and how that comes into play and what acceptance or expectations you have for yourself. If you were doing your strength earlier in the day and your 2 days, then obviously you're not going to be quite as oomph with your cardio session later on. If same thing goes for the cardio session that you're doing the next day, it may not have as much oomph to go with it. And this is where your expectation and your demands, it's still getting good things and good inputs into your body, but you may not be able to go as hard as strong or as long. And that's okay. Sometimes it's also that this makes our mental game have to work. This pushes that component of it, because whenever you're working on goals and on movement forward, how hard something is a little bit of a mental game. Are your legs tired? Can you still push to the next hill on your bike or running? All of these things kind of put into play that exact same thing. When it comes to what you want to schedule on those 2-a-days, it comes into, do you want your strength to be the focus? Do you want your cardio to be the focus? When it comes to your off season, strength is more the focus, and you're going to be more tired for your cardio session later. When it comes to your in season, usually your cardio is going to be the focus there because it's your in season. That's the main, like, your prime season there. And usually strength takes a little bit of a backseat. It's not near as hard, it's not near as challenging, and you're not lifting quite as much unless you're wanting that to still be a focus. Again, if you are an older woman or male and you're really wanting to think about bone density and lifting heavier in that time period. Also, another thing to come into play for your 2-a-days is, what does your schedule look like? Is it easier for you to go for your cardio in the morning, or is it easier for you to do your strength in the morning? Is it easier for you to pair those two, one in the morning, one in the afternoon, or do you need to pair them almost together? It's okay. Nobody's perfect in this, and the research states that honestly, it doesn't matter. It's what works to keep you more consistent. That is in the main game changer, is if you consistently can do it and you can consistently follow your pattern. I hope this helped when it comes to planning your week and how to actually incorporate these different schedules and rides and strength training into your life, and that 2-a-days are okay. Another caveat here is that if you are finding that you're not recovering as well and that you can't actually do the rides and the workouts that you want, one is look at your rate of perceived exertion for your actual strength training. I talk about it here in this video. And then also you may want to make your hard days hard and your easy days easy. This comes to your 2-a-days. If you're already doing 2-a-day things, a strength and a cardio in the same day, then you may want to make those some of your heavier lifts, your heavier strength workout, harder strength workout, and also your harder cycling workout or your harder cardio workout. And this is that it pushes you on that day. Your cortisol levels are already high. Your body is already put through it. And so then you have that rest day right afterwards. And then you have an easy day that you're putting on the day after that. And so your body gets that chance to recover. Hard days hard, easy days easy. And this can help you with meshing and forming your week that you need to have to be able to put it all in, but not overtax your system. Again, hope this was helpful, and check out some of the other videos if you need. Also hit that subscribe button, like button if you found this helpful. Bye, y'all.